Hey there. Today we're going to dig into a really important business question. How do you actually know which of your products is making you the most money? It's a decision that can seriously make or break a company, and it all boils down to one simple idea: capacity.
Okay, let's jump right in with a puzzle. You've got three products here, A, B, and C. They all have different prices, different costs, and a different contribution margin, which is that number at the bottom. Just looking at this, which one would you bet on? Go on, take a quick look. What's your gut feeling?
So, if your brain immediately jumped to product B because it's got that big, juicy margin, I get it. It seems like the obvious choice, but it's not always the right one. The real answer is, well, a little trickier. And it all comes down to one thing that a lot of businesses just flat out miss. Okay, so here's how we're going to break this all down. We'll start with our little profit puzzle, and then we'll explore what I call the two worlds of capacity. After that, we'll see how this works in three classic business situations: getting a special order, deciding to add or drop a product, and that age-old make or buy choice. And finally, we'll reveal the scarce resource rule and solve our puzzle once and for all. Let's do this.
All right, first up, let's tackle this puzzle with just the info we have and see why that obvious answer feels so right.
At first glance, this looks pretty simple, right? Product B has a contribution margin of 180 per unit. That's way higher than A's 120 or C's 80. Based on this and this alone, product B looks like the champion. It's a total no-brainer. Or is it?
Okay, but this is where the plot thickens. To really get this, you have to understand a hidden constraint that pretty much rules all short-term business decisions, and that's capacity. Every choice you make lives in one of two totally different worlds. So on one side, you have the low-capacity world. Picture a factory with empty space, machines that are turned off, people with time on their hands. You've got all this unused potential. In this world, your goal is simple. Just add any work that makes a profit. It's a world of yes and. But then there's the high-capacity world. Your factory is running 24/7, every machine is humming, everyone is busy. You're maxed out. You can't just add more work, you have to choose. It becomes a world of this or.
So, in that yes and world, where you've got plenty of room, the only number that really matters is your contribution margin. Basically, it's the cash you have left over from a sale after you pay for the stuff that went directly into making it. This is the money you use to pay your fixed costs, like rent and salaries, and hopefully what's left over is your profit.
But in that this or world, where you're running at full tilt, a new player enters the game, and it's the most important one: the scarce resource. This is the one single thing holding you back, your bottleneck. It could be the hours on a specific machine, the time of a skilled worker, whatever. And how you use this resource changes absolutely everything.
Okay, let's put this idea to the test with a real-world example. Case number 1, the special order. Imagine a new customer calls you up with a huge one-time order, but they want a special price. Do you take it?
Well, how you answer this totally depends on which of those two worlds you're living in. If you're in a low-capacity world with idle machines just sitting there, the rule is super easy. If the order makes any positive contribution margin, you say yes. Every extra dollar helps pay the rent. But if you're in a high-capacity world, you have to ask a much harder question. You have to ask, is this special order going to make me more money per hour of my scarce resource than the stuff I'd have to stop making to fulfill it? Only if the answer is a big yes do you take that deal. And you know what? This same exact logic works for another huge decision that companies face all the time. Case 2, should we add a new product or maybe get rid of one that's not doing so well?
Now this is where things get a little counterintuitive. You look at the bottom line for this product, and it shows a $10,000 loss after you assign it a share of the company's fixed costs. Your accountant might look at that and say, get rid of it, it's losing money. But hold on, look a little higher. It has a positive contribution margin of $40,000. That means it's still bringing in cash to help pay the company's bills.
And this is so important. In a low-capacity world, those fixed costs, the rent, the insurance, the salaries, they're going to be there whether you make this product or not. So if you drop it, you don't magically save that 50 grand in fixed costs. You just lose the $40,000 in cash it was bringing in. The company's bottom line actually gets $40,000 worse.
All right, one last case for you. It's a classic, the make or buy choice. Should we produce a part for our product ourselves, right here in our factory, or should we just buy it from another company? And you guessed it, it all comes back to capacity. If you're in low capacity, with plenty of free time for your machines and people, the decision is a piece of cake. If it costs you less to make it than to buy it, you make it. Simple. But in high capacity, it's a trade-off.
It's all about opportunity cost. The right move is to buy it from the outside if you can use your precious limited machine time to make another product that brings in more profit than what you'd save by making the component yourself.
Okay, we've got the tools, we've seen the examples. Let's go back to where we started and finally solve this puzzle for real.
Remember our puzzle? Turns out we were missing the most important clue. Here it is. Units produced per machine hour. Let's say our machine is the scarce resource. Well, in 1 hour, we can make 200 units of product A, only 120 of product B, and a massive 310 of product C. Now this changes everything.
So let's run the numbers, but this time the right way. We're not looking at margin per unit anymore. We're looking at margin per machine hour. So for product A, that's $120 per unit times 200 units an hour. That gives us $24,000 an hour. Now for product B, our old favorite, it's $180 times just 120 units, only $21,600 an hour. And what about product C, the one with a tiny unit margin? It's $80, but we can crank out 310 units an hour, which comes to $24,800 per hour. And would you look at that? The whole ranking gets turned on its head. Product C, the one we probably all ignored at the start, is our real winner. It's our true cash cow because it makes the absolute most of our limited machine time.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that true efficiency isn't about having the highest margin on a single product. It's about squeezing the highest possible profit out of whatever resource is holding you back.
So really, it all boils down to this simple map. For any short-term decision you have to make, a special order, a product line change, make versus buy, the very first question you have to ask is, am I in a low-capacity world or a high-capacity world? If it's low capacity, you chase contribution margin. If it's high capacity, you've got to find that scarce resource and optimize the heck out of it.
So, I want to leave you with a question to chew on, because this idea doesn't just apply to factories. What's the scarce resource in your own work, or even your own life? Is it your time? Is your focus, your energy, your team's specific skills? Because whatever it is, that's where you're going to find your hidden key to being truly productive and profitable. Think about it. Thanks for tuning in.